Hello and what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another cast, and this time around we got Team NP versus Wheels while wrecking. Wheels wreck something. I was gonna call them Wheels. They are technically WWW. Let's see. I actually can't figure it out. I'm not going to figure out right now. We're just in a bit of a pause right now. The draft has already completed. Unfortunately, I missed it, and I don't want to go back. So we won't get a draft analysis time around. But I'm pretty bad at catching them from the start anyway. But we're in the game. Let's do a bit of player intros here. We got Aoi on the Troll Warlord. Envy on the mid. Ember Spirit. We got SVG playing Bane once again. Rose will be taking up the IO, and MSS playing the Magnus. As on the side of Wheels, we got Derp on the Sand King's hero that he's played a bit through their run through the open qualifiers. We got Dota the 2 playing Omni Knight, OD played by the Mexican player Ifrit, and KVG or KVH. We call him KVG. KVH, the Vietnamese legend Han player, Han the Morphling. PPD's Prodigy, and Layla, first female Dota player to play in a regional qualifier for a major event. That's quite a big deal on the Witch Doctor. And let's see how they do here against NP. NP completely trounced Onyx. I'm not going to put it lightly. Onyx just got wrecked. They lost every single lane, and at no point in that game did they have any type of hope to win. They were just playing it for the heck of it. But
and here we go.
After the laning stage of 10 minutes, I could have almost called it there. Rose is gonna get the bounty rune to pick up his bottle there. He's gonna fly it out with the courier along with Envy's Quelling Blade. Looks like SVG actually gonna lane up top with Aoi, while in the bot lane they're gonna run a dual lane with the IO as well as Magnus. IO is gonna get his ward dewarded here by Derp, and Derp got a nice deep ward here himself. He's gonna see when IO goes back to pick up the bounty rune. And this game actually gives me a decent insight on how to play IO against NP, because I am playing Wheels in a tournament this weekend. Alright, thank you NP for picking IO. I'm gonna go shout them out on Twitter here. Giving me strats against Wheel and see how to play against Wheel. But looks like their plan so far is just to meet the dual lanes with dual lanes. So you got 2-1-2 formation from both teams as Rose goes for the pull here. And there's one thing is Magnus should be fine in this lane. You can't really get zoned out with a Sand King Omni Knight duel, at least at level 1. So I'm surprised that Rose doesn't just like start jungle. I mean, I guess he doesn't know. There's also Mud Golem, so you can't kill. This is free level 2, my boy. But he's gonna go Orbs level 1. I actually just played a game a couple days ago with MSS. I was playing IO as well. He was Sand King. He was Sand King actually, not the Sand King. Doesn't make sense. But MSS is a very good target to play IO with. I mean, he plays aggressively when I have bottle, heal him up, and I've actually played IO with him multiple times in pubs. We're gonna have that combination here, at least for the early game. We'll probably see that Rose sticks with someone else later. He's just gonna farm up this camp. Not actually gonna have his experience sapped by Derp, which is a pretty big deal. It means he's gonna get level 2 from this. A bit extra as well. The bounty rune was picked up by the Sand King, I believe. Yep. Go for a gank onto E in the mid lane, but Rose is here to turn it around, and they will turn it around with SVG going in as well. Meanwhile, Aoi did end up dying. Oh, can't get the orbs! He will deny himself to the neutrals. I missed the first blood there onto Aoi, but I was watching mid. I think he just went down to the Witch Doctor and Morph. They do have a lot of damage in terms of right click damage from the Morph. He's morphed into a lot of agi, and with the waveform to go through, I think Aoi just got caught out a bit farther because his Bane was mid. But IO was able to turn that gank around in mid. Unfortunately, Wheels still got the first blood there, and they also missed that kill onto Derp. Nice play there, denying himself to Ancient. So there's a bit better orb control coming from Rose. He could have snagged that kill, but it's hard, especially if you don't have thousands of IO games like I do. But EE gonna take a lot of harass from the OD right now. There's another right click coming through with the Arcane Orb. Does a lot of damage, and it seems like Rose probably has to come help him out a bit. He does pick up the boost, and he's gonna TP mid, filling up Envy's bottle. He's gonna leave MSS alone bottom for now, and I like what he went for here in the top lane. KVH and Layla take out SVG, so as for the laning stage, Will is doing a pretty good job, and this is because NP is running IO, something that they're not that comfortable with, and put them in a weird lane situation. Rose is just running around now. He went mid to refill Envy's bottle. He's gonna contest Derp for the rune area. It looks like Derp can just stun through, but no, he picks it up too fast. Picks up the boundary rune for himself. And he's gonna head top and help out Troll Warlord a bit. Envy finding a DD rune for himself. Derp's gonna get spotted out here by the orbs. He managed to juke them. And in the bot lane, how is MS doing against this Omnia Knight? He is doing okay, leading in CS by a bit. It's actually not ordered, so he's actually behind by a bit, but they're about equal. I would say that mid lane is where the action is going to take place right now. There's a TP from the Morph to try to get this kill into Envy. This is KVH rotating out. If they don't get the kill here, I would say this is definitely not worth it. He's gonna tick down, but he has the bottle through, and he has a TP scroll as well. There's no TP cancel from the Morph, and if he gets behind this tree, he can just TP out. That's definitely not worth it for Morph. Derp picks up a boundary for himself, and Morph expended a lot of mana there. He needs to go back to base. And wait, did he not actually TP? Why was he mid? Interesting. Well, I was not paying attention there. Derp. After picking up that bounty, is going to head bottom. Maybe try for a kill onto MSS here. Has his mana boots now. With Morphling rotating out the lane for a bit, to open some space for Aoi. He was actually farming very well in this top lane as compared to KVH. Even though they did get that kill onto him, Aoi is straight out farming. And now SVG rotating in with the casual brain sap. It does actually a significant amount of harass to KVH because he has pretty low HP. What the heck is this? Why is there charges here? Alright, there's some bug going in the game. This should be a stick, but it's showing as Ring of Regen. I don't think Ring of Regen has charges, and with the rotation in from Envy, they find that kill onto Layla. Poor Layla. A lot of hate onto her, but with that kill, they're just going to shove out the lane and start taking down this tower. And this is what NP really favored, and taking out this tower early is a very big deal for them. As I said, with KVH rotating out, it opened up a lot of space for Aoi. Now the tower is almost falling. Layla is going to TP back, and she's going to immediately get harassed by the troll behind the trees. They're going to know there's a ward behind the tower. Now they're going to try to go for a kill here onto Aoi. Maledict comes out as well as the casket, and he's going to be slowed up by the Sand King. Sleep will be taken off by Layla. The troll Warlord ultimate popped. Fortunately, Rose was not here in time to save his troll, and he couldn't even save him because he does not have a point in overcharge yet. He is quite under leveled. He hasn't done the best in terms of his impact right now, and at this point, he might as well just have been jungling. He would be level 4, if not 5 now, and it's actually pretty strong. As with level 5 Aya, you get level 3 orbs, and it does a pretty significant amount of damage. Like, if you had level 3 orbs here, like Layla would be dead for sure, but she ends up dying anyway. Now, this IO is in a bit of a bad position with the waveform through. They secure the kill. The tower actually got the kill still, with the gold being split between the three of them. Now Envy in a bit of trouble once again, and I don't see his escape route. He's actually just going to suicide to the tower. There's some shenanigans going on with items. That's going to be unfortunate. But I want to restart the game, but I'm not actually casting this full live. I had to rewind it a bit because I missed the game going right into it. So it's like I didn't want to cast it not from the beginning for this video. But whatever, we're gonna have to deal with that throughout the entire game. rewind bug still under play. It's unfortunate. So the thing is, NP did not take out that top tower, which they really wanted. They dove really deep, lost 2 heroes. And I would say Wheel is still doing fine. If you look in terms of skill scores, they're ahead, but in terms of gold, NP is still slightly ahead. And I'm assuming experience is also in their favor, actually. And that's because SVG actually got a last hit the tower there, and he's level 5. And that's the reason. Both Layla and the Sand King are kind of behind. That net worth advantage is mostly through Aoi getting a bit more farm and the experience advantage because SVG has a lot more experience. But as for now, Wheel's gonna try to go for their own safe lane tier 1 push. Looks like they're gonna be able to get it off uncontested with OD rotating in. And they're gonna trade tower for tower, but they're gonna take the tower a bit after NP did. And they're gonna commit a lot more heroes as SVG managed to take out that tower solo. The mid lane tower for Wheels actually took a fair bit of damage because Aoi was just sitting here chipping it down. And he's going to be rolling into that Helm of the Dom while we see top lane still being pressured by Envy. This is their playstyle, really pressuring the enemy safe lane slash jungle a lot. But it looks like he's going to get the gank turned around on him, and he's going to remnant through to the remnant under the tower actually. And because the tower was hitting creeps at the point, he's going to be able to get out just fine. Now the cask is going to bounce through though. He's going to eat the Maledict, and he's out of remnants. But it doesn't look like Sand King can come through, but KVH will come through instead. But with the heal coming out of the IO, he's still going to be able to survive. Meanwhile in the back, the team cleaned up Omni Knight, and now the Fiend's Grip used onto Ifrit. He's going to go down as well. Almost went down to the neutrals there. Now MSS going to eat a stun. He will get taken out with the casket bouncing through. Envy will have his Remnant off cooldown, so he's going to be able to dodge that. And it's going to save SVG as well, maybe. No, he has no escape. He will end up going down to KBH. So KBH did end up with a double kill there, but they did lose Ifrit as well as Dota the 2. Overall, I would say pretty decent fight for Wheels. Still not the best for him. It looks like KBH will be building into a Linken's. And as for the IO, he has level 6, almost level 6 now. He's only level 5. And MSS gonna show up to farm the camp. What the heck? Alright. Oh, it's miscalculated for sure. I don't think he just dies there to neutrals. And then Envy just dies to Ifrit. What is going on? This is actually triggering. What the fuck is 4 charge Blades of the Attack? 4 stack Blades of Attack. What? Whatever, man. This is gonna be a shit cast, but I don't care, dude. It is a meme at this point. What is this? He has a 40-second cooldown on nothing. Nice. Mid lane gonna be pushed in by Wheels. And let's try to get some serious casting back in this game. Well, actually in the top lane we see a gank onto KVH, and he will end up going down with that relocate coming from Rose. He did pick up that level 6 from the Tome. And meanwhile Aoi is just split pushing bottom. They're gonna be there in time to defend mid, but what? They canceled their TP.
Best do something about that bottom.
MSS is gonna farm up his blink. He's almost there. As for SVG, I actually have no idea what the fuck he has in his inventory. What? As for Envy, I think he's building into a Veil. Yep, he has it, apparently.
Guess what's happening to die?
And Aoi managed to take a tower in the time, and I think he has his Helm of the Dom. He does. And now with the Fiend's Grip used onto Dota 2 mid, they get another kill. So kill was not going their way in the early game, but now they're looking pretty good for themselves. They only lost 1 tower. They took 3 from the enemy. Bane gonna drop that ward. They're gonna walk straight into Rosh with the dead Omni Knight. They're gonna be able to take it with their power and control ult. This is a very fast run. Io's not using overcharge. He's gonna use overcharge. Right, there you go. That's a quick and easy Rosh for NP. I like how they played this game so far with the IO. I mean, they got that relocate kill into KVH, which is a very big deal. He hasn't had the greatest impact in this game so far. I mean, he's helped his team in a lot of kills, I guess, turned around that gank up to NP. But, I mean, I feel like NP just outmaneuvered Wheels in terms of moving over the map. They took the towers with minimal effort, And now they just took Rosh with themselves, or for themselves. Layla, the sneaky ward behind the tower here. She also has a 4-stack Blades of Attack. Interesting. But now, SVG did get a ward out there, but it was probably spotted by this ward here. Most likely. Ifrit gonna try to farm up into a 4. He has a 4-staff. Is this a Necro? Question mark? Treads? Whatever. I'm not gonna guess these players' items anymore. Not even gonna comment on it. Alright, Sand King's close to his blink. We can comment on that. As for KVH, he's relatively close to his Lincolns. Probably has like an Ocula or something in there as well. But Layla's still in the trees here in a pretty precarious position. But it doesn't look like she's been spotted out by anybody. It's a TP out right now. This Troll is gonna farm up with Empower. And he's gonna get fat. I think he has his Yashin, is going to build into a Sanjin Yashin. Once he has that, plus like a Blink Dagger or something, he can really go in there and just go ham. Morphlin cannot really man up against him. He's going to be forced to wave away or replicate away every time. As for Envy, he has the Aegis building to boost travel. He does have his Veil up, you'll see him use it there to show his inventory, of course, as some replay bug. Derp does have his Blink now. It's showing as a belt of strength or something. I actually don't fucking... Why does this happen? So OD does indeed have treads. He also has a 4-staff as well as a Hurricane Pike on the way. Derp with his blink will try to set up some kills, but as for NP, they're just gonna push the lane bottom. They see this as an opening, and I mean they're just gonna take the tower for free. Wheels don't really feel confident taking a fight at this point in time because the Aegis is onto Envy, but they're just losing their map control. If we see here, Envy is just out farming them, and even though they're at a kill deficit, it doesn't really seems like it matters at all. And the thing is, Wheels don't really have the best heroes to catch the Ember. The best they can do is use the Sand King stun to initiate, but what's the follow-up after that? He's just going to be able to Remnant out with the Aegis, even if they kill him. It doesn't really matter. Rose is always there to save someone as well. I mean, it looks like NP is moving around the map better, as well as Aoi having a pretty decent laning stage considering he died. Now SVG in a bit of trouble. He gets the Fiend's Grip onto Derp, but now the relocate will come in, and this could be an easy triple kill for Envy if they commit. Derp does get the stun through. Nice play there. Keeps him alive for a bit, but doesn't matter. Aoi is here now as well. KVH has to get himself out, but he's used his waveform, and oh no, there's no escape for him anymore. He had no replicant, and that turned from a gank onto Bane to a triple kill for NP. And now another kill gonna happen as the solo RP used onto Omni. They just want to get rid of him from the game, and he will be skewered back. The OD will be slept safe for later. And will they be able to take out the Omni? They will. He did have ultimate there, but didn't get a chance to get it off, and even if he did, I don't think it would have mattered, as he already used Repel there, and he would have just been taken down by a nuke.
Top tower.
Now MP is out farming Real by a significant amount now, but here we go. We see the OD ultimate dropped onto Rose. Finally a kill for Wheels since the early game. It felt like once they got past that early laning stage, I mean, they just kind of fell apart. They got ran straight over by NP. NP was able to do pretty much whatever they wanted. It's still happening now as let's gear back onto Ifrit. NP will be able to secure the kill. And in the bot lane, now he's just battling up against Dota the 2 and Derp, and he's in a bit of trouble here. He does not have the Aegis. He's going to eat an Epicenter as well as the waveform through from the Morph, but the Magic Wand will keep him alive. Now Aoi is receiving help from his team. Envy going to just man up. He has the Aegis still, and he's just flicking down these heroes. Won't do enough damage to really threaten a kill. His Aegis will be popped. Pretty much for no reason, but the relocate comes in from Rose, healing up the troll, and now the Aegis bringing him up to full HP, and that's going to allow him to fight Witch Doctor ultimate. Flying out from Layla will get cancelled by the Skewer. The Omni Knight ultimate finally coming out, but he's just eating damage from the Bane as well as the Magnus, and physical damage. You're not gonna see them there now. Rose is back and healing Aoi to full, and they're just getting run down at this point. Wheel is getting run over, bash onto Ifrit, and this is a set of racks for NP and probably game. This game went from 0 to 100 real quick. It felt like Wheels just were missing a couple of timings that they needed. It just was too slow. NP played too fast, lost a couple heroes, lost Rosh to them, and then the game was just taken over from there once NP got Aegis. It all really started with that one kill here onto the Omni Knight. They killed the Omni Knight and they took Rosh, and it felt like game was over. Rax is secured now by NP. Wheels staying in it for now, but this OD is way under farm. If we look at net worth overall, Troll is at a clear lead. I mean, Odie is behind the Magnus, even barely above the IO, only 1,000 in gold above him at this point. And, there's not much coming back from a IO lineup like this. Troll is just going to get out of control, and there's no way they can fight against the Troll with the IO backing him up. I mean, he can just man up against 5 heroes even, and if they don't kill the IO, he's going to kill them all.
Dyer's mid tower.
That's 1v5. Keep in mind, it's not going to be 1v5. They have NV doing damage as well as the Magnus RP being a constant threat, and I mean, KVH still so far away from his Lincolns here. And even when he gets it, I mean, how's that going to help him? It's going to stop the Fiend's Grip, but it's not going to stop him from getting RP'd. Searing Chains. Solo smoke used here by Derp under enemy ward. Not so sure what that was about. SVG. I actually don't know what he has in his inventory. Alright. But, I mean, game looks very hard now for real. Seems like they're not too comfortable playing against IO Draft. They went for that play onto Bane. I mean, there's a certain way you gotta play against IO, and there's very little mistakes you can make. Once you start following around, your game just ends if you get this far behind. You see Envy going for a bit of a cheeky play there. Searing chains him up very aggressively. He realized how strong his team is at this point. They're just going to clear up the shrine. There's still 2 tier 2s on the map. They went straight tier 2 into tier 3 and Rax because they won that fight, and that's because they had that Troll Warlord who does have the Simon Yoshi now. I wonder what other item he has, but sadly it's going to be a blank slot and 2 charges on a Ring of Regen, 8 charges on something, a Belt of Strength.
Dyer's top tower's gone.
That's the new build for Troll. Belt of Strength, Ring of Regen, and blank. Bane gonna pick up a gem, and our enemy is gonna go through. Gets the Searing Chains, but it will be taken off by the Repel. Envy actually falling pretty low. He will go down here to Ifrit, but meanwhile Aoi is in the back line. Going for the kill. Fiend's Grip going to be used as well. Alright, Envy just dying for his team. Now the Epicenter are going to come through onto Rose, but Rose survives with the help of the Glimmers. He's going to relocate back to the top racks, not back to base. He's going to relocate top, take out this tier 3 and racks. He's going to leave Aoi here. I mean, Witch Doctor can't kill Aoi alone, and Aoi's actually going to blink forward aggressively, take out the Witch Doctor, or the IO actually ended up taking him back because I believe he was stunned up, unable to cancel the tether. I mean, MSS is here, and GG is just going to be called by KVH, and NP going to take a pretty simple victory here against Wheels, testing out the IO strategy against a team that probably is not that great, and we saw that they definitely run in some trouble playing it in the early game at least, but it didn't matter at the end of the day. A couple of fights went their way and they took over the game just like that. It was Aegis, it was tier 2, it was Rax, and then it was just a game. Clean victory here from NP, but it could have been cleaner in the laning stage. I mean, one thing they could have done differently is IO could have jungled up a bit, and he did get that pull off. He would have gotten the same thing if he jungled. He would have been able to help Envy or potentially the Troll in the top lane a bit quicker. But, I mean, it didn't matter. It still worked out. I would say it was over solid. I can't really criticize them so much for that early game. It went out just fine. They lost a couple of fights, but I mean, at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. The Magnus got free farm in the bottom lane. He got a relatively fast blink off, and just with a couple of engagements going their way, as I said, they won the game off of it. that relocate top in particular against KVH. He wasn't expecting that one. And with the tome purchase from the IO, he got level 6 at a decent timing, and they got that kill, transitioned that into a couple more kills, and the big thing was they're able to take towers pretty non-committally. Aoi just showed up in the lane, took the tower by himself pretty much, and that happened like twice. And he had some help with the Bane, but they just couldn't go on him, especially once the IO got 6 and when the IO didn't show on the map. You can't really just initiate onto the troll at that point, because if he gets saved, it's pretty much game over for you. And they didn't have the best initiation. They had two relatively greedy heroes in the Morph and the OD, and their game just got taken over. They were really dependent on the Sand King to get something happen, but he did have a pretty decent early game. His blink didn't come online quick enough, and because of that, NP took out the game in 21 minutes. Solid play from them, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.